guys, Antman review is finally here, and I haven't had this much energy soaring through me watching a movie since the first Avengers. And that is saying something, because I had a lot of energy watching Avengers 2. I definitely had a lot of energy watching Kingsman Secret Service, because that's my favorite spy film of all time. Well, that's other than Skyfall, and, you know, Skyfall was amazing. The energy soaring through me during this movie was so freaking high, I just couldn't stop laughing, I couldn't stop cheering, and I was like, oh shit, when they were making references to the Avengers. And if you have not seen this movie, this is the biggest, heaviest spoiler review of all time, because there's this one scene in this movie that if you have not seen the movie, do not listen to this, because it's that important if you get surprised by watching it. Okay, you have been warned. Okay, so this movie is probably one of the greatest Marvel movies ever come out. It was so funny in a good way. It wasn't like a comedy at all, like a lot of other people have been saying. It's just enough comedy. Let it know what it is. It's not a serious film. Did it get really dark at one time? No, not really. It like had a little dramatic part. It wasn't, you know, that serious. And that was between Hank Pym and his daughter, talking about their, well, Hank Pym's wife and the daughter's mother. It was very dramatic, and they do tease the Wasp, and you know, they actually put it right in your face in this scene, saying that she didn't die in the plane crash, she was actually the Wasp, and it looked just like Ant-Man suit but with little wings. And then at the end of the movie, one of the post-credit scenes, that is his daughter getting the new advanced Wasp suit, the most advanced suit out there other than the Iron Man suit, I think he said, or even more advanced than that. I'm not sure what he said. And then they make a reference to Spider-Man in this movie. A reference, not a tease, well, kind of a tease. Michael Peña's character was just like talking about this plan, about a heist he can do, or something like that. And he was just talking, and then he's like, well, you don't need Ant-Man because you got all these other Avengers running around. And then you were like, yeah, you got someone who can jump, someone who can fly, someone who can swing. And then they said a couple more, and I just stopped for a second. I was like, no, they didn't. And I looked at my friend over right, my friend on the left. I was like, no fucking way. I was so excited.
Just got, my doctor said I have nerdgasms. Yep.
Seeing that they made a reference to Spider-Man, and I just could not believe it. And no one in the theater actually heard it, because I'm such a Spider-Man fan. It just, I'm like, yeah, because I'm like, you doze out when he like is explaining all this crap, because it's just so quick, so random. He says all this random shit, and then he just said swing around. I was like, I was so freaking happy they made this reference. The whole movie is based on teaching Scott how to use the suit. Hank Pym's daughter freaking hates Scott because he's a freaking thief and he stole the suit, and then, you know, blah blah freaking blah, and then they get over each other, and then they're like, yeah. And what I found so funny about this movie is just like, you know, when they're fighting, it's small, it looks like this big freaking battle, and then they zoom out and there's like nothing even happening. It was just so funny. And then they have these like little shrink grenades and like grow grenades, and then the one part, there was actually two parts in this one scene that I could not stop laughing. It was actually a gut-busting moment. And yeah, I have not had a gut-busting moment in a Marvel movie. That counts the Avengers, Iron Man, any of those movies. When an ant grew in size, because he was throwing it, and then Scott was throwing the grow grenade, and he hit an ant. And this was taking place at around the final fight. And he threw the grenade, and then it hit an ant by accident, and then the ant grew, and it was just running around, stuff like that. And then he hit a Thomas the Train Engine, and then it just like, and just blew up half the side of the house. It was freaking hysterical. What do you explain to the cops?
I have no idea.
Or like just sitting there like, okay, we got a hostage situation, we gotta wait, and we gotta wait till it calls, right? And all of a sudden, imagine you were the cop, right? You're just waiting for the situation to calm down, right? To talk to the guy, and then frickin' Thomas the Train Engine just grows and frickin' breaks the roof and shit like that. What do you say? What do you? How do you take that to evidence? You just can't. You just can't. And then frickin' they're just chilling there with the Thomas the Train Engine just sitting there, and the frickin' ant just comes out, and they're like this. Whoa, what the hell is that? That is one ugly looking dog.
What the? Bitch, what the fuck was that?
I just could not stop laughing. The jokes were delivered on time, on point, and Michael Peña did deliver. He was one of the funniest people in this movie. And, you know, A lot of people say he stole the movie. Did he steal the movie from me? No. I really do think Paul Rudd stole this whole movie. Not just saying because he is Ant-Man. It's just because his, writing and his acting and his jokes were so on point that it was just beautiful. If you have not seen this movie and you're not a Marvel fan, just give this movie a shot because it's just such a different film, and it is a heist film. A lot of people have been saying it's just a heist film, but there is a lot of good action in it. Does it have more action than any other movie? And no, I think it actually has the least amount of action, but it does deliver on those action scenes. Try to watch it, give it a chance. If you don't like the Atom in the DC universe, just give this Ant-Man a chance. You're going to love it. And now I'm going to talk about that final fight scene. Well, not the final fight scene, but the fight scene I talked about in the beginning. They try to look for this, they look for the storage, this old warehouse that belonged to S.H.I.E.L.D., right? And they're like, okay, Ant-Man, you're going to go fly on the ants, and you're going to try to steal this little technology thing to help steal with the bigger stuff, right? And he goes there, right? And then it's just clouds, right? And then you see part of the building. You don't see at all, but just be this corner, right? And then freaking Ant-Man's like, guys, Hank's like, what? We got a problem. And then the Avengers theme song started playing. Na, 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 na. And then the freaking building just shows up. And I had the biggest nerdgasm of my life.
It's pretty rare. Yep.
I was like, no fucking way. And I was just freaking out. My friend was like, dude, chill. I'm like, shut the fuck up, okay? I was just having this big nerdgasm, and he's like, Scott, evacuate, leave, retreat. And he's like, no, I can still do this. And he jumps on the building, and then he's just trying to figure out what to do. And then you just see something fly past you, right? I'm like, is that Iron Man? No, it can't be Iron Man. That's too good to be true. But who is it? They're like this, guys, we have a problem. And then you just see freaking Falcon just fly down. Guys, we had a problem. We had a intruder. I don't see anything. He uses those little goggles and he sees Ant-Man. He's like, guys, he doesn't see me, or he can't hear me. And then he's like, I can see you and I can hear you. I was like, fuck. And they freaking fought, and it was bomb. It was like so fucking awesome. You have to watch this movie. That fight was just so freaking awesome. I'm proud to give this movie an A-. Fuck the minus. It's an A-, guys. It's so freaking awesome. Please watch it. It's probably my third favorite Marvel film of all time. That's beaten Captain America: Winter Soldier. It's beaten Guardians of the Galaxy. It's just so much fun. Watch it, guys. Watch it. Plot twist ever. And then you still end up playing as him, and then you start dating this girl. Well, not dating, but you do screw her. This Native American woman. And then shit goes down. Then you play as this kid, and then you play as the Indian kid who's actually son of the girl that your old character screwed. So now you're his son, and now you got a mom and dad, whatever, all that crap. And then you get attacked by your old character's best friend, and then you're like, what the fuck's going on? Shit's going crazy.